They saw you change, and it shook them. At first, it wasn't about you. It was about something in his life that stopped making sense. Not all at once, not in a way anyone else would notice. But slowly, consistently, things started to feel off. The conversations felt rehearsed. The connection felt thin. The presence felt like something he had to maintain instead of something he actually felt. And for a long time, he stayed anyway. Because staying was easier than facing what leaving would mean. Leaving meant change. Leaving meant responsibility. Leaving meant finally confronting the part of himself that had been avoiding this connection with you. So he stayed longer than he should have. Long enough to convince himself that maybe this was enough. But it never fully settled, because no matter how much he tried to be present where he was, something in him kept pulling somewhere else. Back to you. Not constantly, not in a way he allowed himself to fully sit in, but enough to feel it, enough to know that what he had wasn't what he truly wanted. And eventually, that truth became louder than his ability to ignore it. So he started to pull back. Less engaged, less emotionally available, less invested in maintaining something that didn't feel aligned. And the more he pulled back, the more obvious it became that he couldn't stay, not without losing himself. And that's when the decision happened. Not dramatically, not all at once, but in a moment where he finally admitted to himself that this wasn't it. And once that was clear, he couldn't pretend anymore. So he left. And for the first time in a long time, there was space, real space. No distraction, no substitute, no emotional buffer to sit inside of. Just him and the truth of what he felt for you. And this time, he didn't push it away. He let himself feel it, fully. What you meant to him, what he hadn't done, what he avoided, what he left unfinished. And in that clarity, something else formed. An expectation. Not loud, not fully conscious, but present. That when he turned back toward you, you would still be there in the same way. That the connection had been waiting. That the version of you he knew, the one who felt close, open, and emotionally available to him even in silence, would still exist. Because in his mind, this wasn't over. It was paused. And now that he had finally done what he was supposed to do, he believed he could come back to it. Come back to you. But before anything even happened, before he reached out, he felt it. Something was different. Not in something you said, not in anything obvious, but in what he couldn't feel anymore. That quiet emotional access he was used to was gone. That sense of you being right there beneath the surface, still available to him, wasn't there anymore. And that's when the doubt started. Because now he wasn't just facing his feelings, he was facing the possibility that you had changed. And he didn't know what that meant yet, so he tested it. Carefully, a message, a small opening, just enough to see if you were still where he left you. And you responded. But something in your energy didn't move toward him. You were calm, clear, present, but you weren't reaching. You weren't leaning in. You weren't filling the space the way you used to. And that's when it became real. You weren't in the same place. Because before, no matter how much time passed, he could feel you there. Still open, still connected, still willing to meet him wherever he showed up. But now there's a boundary he can't cross the same way. And he doesn't fully understand it yet. All he knows is that something has shifted. And it didn't happen when he left. It happened while he was gone. You didn't stay still. You didn't wait in the same space hoping he would come back different. You moved. Not loudly, not in a way that needed to be seen, but in a way that changed how you show up. You stopped holding space for inconsistency. You stopped making room for half energy. You stopped staying emotionally available to something that wasn't fully choosing you. And now he's standing there, after finally doing the thing he thought would bring him closer to you, realizing he might not be able to reach you the same way anymore. That's what shakes him. Not leaving the other situation, not even facing his feelings, but realizing that you didn't stay the version of yourself he expected to come back to. He still loves you. That part never left. But now he's realizing that love alone doesn't guarantee access, because the version of you he was hoping to return to doesn't exist anymore. And now, if he wants to reach you, he has to do it fully, not carefully, not slowly, not while holding back, fully. And he doesn't know if he's ready for that, or if he waited too long to become that person. And that's the moment everything shifts, because now this isn't about timing anymore. It's about alignment. And for the first time, he's not sure if he still meets you there. Not because you closed the door, but because you stopped standing in it. And now he has to face you as you are now, not as who you used to be. And that uncertainty is what shakes him the most, because now he doesn't just risk losing you, he risks realizing he already lost the version of you that would have waited.